Hello, hi, yes, I'm back. I'm not dead quite yet. I'll get there eventually, but for now I want to revisit my initial claim that I was going to make a video covering the changes made to Barracuda's design. Which I never did. As it turns out, when your hard drive, where everything you've worked on for the past 5 years resides, basically implodes, it postpones things a little, but apparently I'm as extinguishable as a cockroach because through sheer boredom and no occupation outside of the computer, I managed to get this thing back. And I didn't enjoy it. But it's here now. So without further ado, let's dive into the changes I made to the mighty Barracuda, so I can sleep easier. Starting with the most obvious change, the cylinders have been changed from slide valves to piston valve style ones. This was because I hadn't yet learned that superheated steam tends to shred slide valve cylinders apart within a week. Moving up, we'll find a spare brake cylinder on the pilot being used to automatically open the coupler. This is used when separating from the back of an ore train when the Barracuda's total 75,000 pounds of tractive effort is no longer needed. For those who think I should have started at the front, we're moving to the back to cover the stoker and booster. The stoker was added for fucking obvious reasons, and the booster was added for an extra kick when pushing trains up hills. The booster provides an extra 10,000 pounds of tractive effort when cut in, raising her max tractive effort to around 75,000 pounds, and that is without a simple articulated configuration. Back at the rear, the tender has been entirely swapped for a kit bash of the tender used behind the Southern Railway MS Class Mikado that I modeled, as the recent changes made to Barracuda would use more fuel. And even then, the old tender was too small even for that first version of Barracuda. Also, as much as I tried to resist, a dynamo has been added. You'll see why. Also, for once I managed to remember to add a superheater plate above the builder's plate. You'd be surprised how often I forget. The cab interior has seen the addition of some highly questionable add-ons, with the major one being these engine order telegraphs stolen from a junked paddle boat. These are to assist with communication, and aside from that I will give no answers as to any other uses it may have. I went through the hassle of importing it, and I don't feel like undoing it just for this, so it's staying. Oh, and the same goes for this alarm. By far the wildest add-on is the implementation of smokebox reheaters, which was an experiment by Baldwin with compound articulateds. The steam enters and runs through the normal superheater and runs to the high pressure cylinder in the rear, but instead of going right to the front low pressure cylinders right away, it's taken back into the smokebox and circulated through these huge coils that line the smokebox interior, superheating the used steam a second time before sending it into the front cylinders and improving its steaming efficiency. This doesn't provide anything in terms of huge amounts of tractive effort, it just makes her last longer, which is just as important given Barracuda's job.